What's good, everybody? Welcome into another glorious week here at the Early Edge. We are powered, as always, by SportsLine. I am your leader, the coach. And isn't it funny how things can turn on a dime? So we had an absolutely awful start to our day on Sunday. We had a bad wreck in our prop in NASCAR. We just had a lot of losers at the start of the day. That's the bottom line. But then things started to turn around. Sixers over. We get to overtime. Nice. The A's, a 2-run home run in the bottom of the eighth. They cover the run line. The soccer under comes in. And then the Jewelers Gym parlay. Over plus 500, depending on where you played it at. And it got us back to just minus $15 if you're a $100 better on the entire day. That's not bad the way we started. Now, for all of you tweeting at us, where do I find all this different content? Last week we did Champions League, NFL Draft. We did all kinds, MMA. Follow us at YouTube. Turn on your notifications. We can't emphasize that enough. If you listen to the show, the audio version, Apple or Spotify, follow us there. Turn on those notifications so you know every time we drop something into your feed. Later today, we will do a special Kicking It With Tom Champions League episode of the Early Edge as the Champions League is back this week. But our regular show is here, and it's time to bring in the stars of the show. You know the names, you know the faces. He is on a 24-6 run here on the show. M Squared, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. I do not like the 6 there, as I thought we had the plus 110 winner with Kyle Larson. Absolutely dominated that race, led over 130 laps, and didn't happen the way we wanted it to on the final 2 laps.
It was a perfect example, Mikey, of when we say we're on the right play, but it just doesn't come through. He dominated that race. He was even in the lead with, 5 laps to go, and just bad luck, had a caution come out, gets in a wreck, and it happens in NASCAR, but you were on the right place, so don't even feel bad about it. Maestro, you want to talk about feeling bad. Halliburton was on pace to nail your prop last night. He goes out with what looks like a really bad injury.
Yeah, I feel bad for my bet, but seriously feel a lot worse for that kid who's so much fun to watch. And it's just it's terrible to see that. And waiting on the MRI. I hope he's back soon.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun. And from what everybody tells us, a really, really nice kid. He's only a rookie, so he's got a lot of time ahead of him. All right, let's jump right in right now. The storylines that could affect the betting lines today. Here's a little teaser. We do have an NBA play again today. So how about that? Mikey, the floor is yours.
All right, we've got 8 games. We'll start with the Indiana Pacers. Once again, Malcolm Brogdon, Jeremy Lamb questionable. They are 4-point underdogs on the road to the Washington Wizards. That tells me Brogdon's likely to sit this one out once again, but watch it this afternoon. For the Orlando Magic, Michael Carter-Williams, James Ennis, Terrence Ross, all out. They're playing the Detroit Pistons, who are favored by 2 points despite everyone being out for tanking here. We're talking Mason Plumlee out, Dennis Smith Jr., Corey Joseph, Wayne Ellington, Jeremy Grant, Rodney Magruder, all out. Diallo questionable, and they are still 2-point favorites over the Orlando Magic. For the Golden State Warriors, Kelly Oubre remains out. Andrew Wiggins has been added to the injury report as well. They are 2.5-point underdogs to the Pelicans. On the other side for the Pelicans, Steven Adams is questionable. For the Chicago Bulls, Nikola Vucevic questionable, Zach LaVine listed as doubtful, but getting a little closer to make his return. Also important to note here that if Vucevic looks like he could sit, don't be surprised if we see someone sitting on the Philly side as they are on the second night of a back-to-back on the road after the overtime game last night. For the San Antonio Spurs, DeJounte Murray questionable, Trey Lyles questionable. For the Utah Jazz, Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley remain out. And then for the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James listed as questionable, Dennis Schroeder doubtful in their matchup against the Denver Nuggets.
I love the fact that we have that late game tonight. It's 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. We've got plays on both sides today on the show, so I'm excited to stay up. Well, actually out here, it's 7 o'clock for me, so I'm good to go. All right, let's jump right in. We got a very, very busy board today, and we're going to start with 3 plays from SportsLine. We're going to start in the NHL, and I really need you to pay attention here. And I'll tell you why when we get to the end of the show. Florida Panthers, minus 145. We've been riding them all year, and they have been cashing for us all year. They're taking on the Dallas Stars. They're going to drop the puck at 7 Eastern time. Dallas, 3-game losing streak. They've scored 1 goal in those 3 games. We're all over the Panthers in this play. Then that Nuggets-Lakers game we're talking so much about. LeBron goes out last night in the fourth quarter with an ankle injury, the same ankle that he missed 20 games for. The Nuggets are laying 3.5. The SDQL gurus at SportsLine, they love the Nuggets. I I'm going to play them on the money line. Now, my book has them 163 at William Hill, around there, but I don't want to lay those 3.5. But you can do either one. That's what I'm personally going to do. But the SDQL gurus say 16-5 in their last 21 NBA bets that the Nuggets will cover the 3.5. Then our third play from SportsLine, also from the NBA. It's a robust total in the Pacers and Wizards game, 245.5. When you have a total that's this high, they almost have to play perfect offense for the entire game. It's got to be 60 points plus per quarter. That's very, very difficult to do. There's a lot of numbers that favor the under here. I won't go through them all, but just understand the SDQL gurus are on the under. That means so are we. All right. It's my favorite part of the show. 24-6 is his run right now. And it could be better than that, if not for a little bad luck. Mikey, M squared. Give it to me.
All right, Coach. It's just the one play for me today. Unfortunately, I thought I might have another one, but just one for right now. We're going to be taking the over 8 or 8.5 runs in the Chicago Cubs Los Angeles Dodgers matchup. We've got Walker Buehler and Kyle Hendricks on the mound. Kyle Hendricks, his 446 actual weighted on base average is obviously awful. Went to do a little digging, and the expected numbers say he's right about where he should be. He has a 422 expected weighted on base average, 658 expected slugging percentage against. And then on the other side, Walker Buehler, 272 looks pretty good on paper. However, his expected number is all the way up to 342, going to put him below league average in Major League Baseball. And perhaps the most concerning part for him is the 529 expected slugging percentage. Now, let's talk about the air density. Let's talk about the weather in this game. Relatively low air density here, but the humidity over 70%, wind blowing out at Wrigley Field, 10 miles to dead center field, 67 degrees, a little light rain. Ideal hitting conditions for both of these teams. And then one more little nugget on the science here. There's a thing called visual memory index, and that's basically going to be your vision and muscle memory as to how the ball is coming into you at the plate. And what we're looking for is something that's going to be relatively consistent, because these hitters take so many at-bats and they have that muscle memory formed. The weather can have a massive impact on that and the way the ball is going to break off of the pitcher's hand. In this spot, both of these two teams are very close to their ideal baseline while getting a massive edge from the weather. That's a relatively rare combination, and that's why you're going to see this total rising throughout the day. But don't be afraid. Jump in now. Get it as early as you possibly can. My median number is 9.7 runs in this game.
Entertain and educate. All right? I actually went out while you were talking, because that's 52 miles exactly from where I'm sitting is Dodger Stadium. I went like this, Mikey, and you're right. The wind is blowing out already. And the air density, I don't know where you come up with this stuff, but you are unbelievable. Now, I'm starting to have this weird feeling. I have this feeling that it's going to be hot outside. There's going to be props outside. And also the Maestro is getting ready to go on one of his legendary heaters starting today. Let's prop it like it's hot. Maestro, let's go.
All right, let's go. No visual memory index. I'm going to look that up in an encyclopedia after we get off this show, because I'm really fascinated by Mike. But I'm going to start in that Nuggets game. I'm going to go with the old standby, Michael Porter Jr., over 32.5 points, assists, rebounds. He's gone over this in 4 out of 5. Lakers played last night. He's been off, played in the same gym 2 nights ago, shot 10 of 16. Last 6 games, he's had at least 35 minutes because of all the injuries that Denver has. So love this play tonight, over 32.5. And then a couple of baseball plays. The Royals, home dogs, they're the better team facing the Indians, and they have their prize rookie making his debut, the big lefty Lynch. Obviously no one has seen him at the major league level. He's facing an offense that's not very good in the Indians. So I like the Royals as home dogs. And then a small favorite, the Oakland A's minus 121. The Blue Jays have been hot, 7 out of 9, but Steven Matz, I just think, is a little bit more vulnerable to right-handed batters. He's going to have 8 of them in the lineup facing him tonight. So I'm going to play the A's minus 120 at home.
And Maestro, we can't underestimate the fact that they had to travel all the way to Oakland after their game yesterday, and the A's played at home all weekend. So that certainly is an advantage as well. By the way, as Royals fans like me and Mikey are, we only get really good players for about 3 years, and then they cash out and they they get out of town. So we'll see what happens with this new young stud that our team has. All right, we're up against it. Let's grab our paper, grab our pencil. Here is the recap. M squared, only one today. Quality over quantity. Cubs, Dodgers over 8.5. It's moving, and it's not moving in our direction, so get on it right now. The Maestro, 3 plays today. He's on the A's minus 121 over the Blue Jays. The Royals, home dogs, plus 110, and I'm making that Chiefs dog of the day. Boom! And then, that is so great. And then one prop. And, of course, follow Mikey and Maestro. They drop some props throughout the day. Sometimes MPJ. He's getting that good that he just has initials. Over 32.5 combined points, assists, and rebounds. Now, 3 plays from the SportsLine. Panthers minus 145. Pistons, Wizards under 245.5. And the Nuggets minus 3.5. And again, I'm playing it on the money line, which is around 160 or 170. And our Jewelers Gym parlay of the day, which really financially saved us on Sunday, just a 2-legger today. We're going to go with Maestro's A's minus 121. And then Florida Panthers on the puck line. All right, minus 1.5. That comes back at plus 175, which makes the parlay come back at plus 402. Big difference. Puck line, not the money line. All right? It's going to be a big week. Don't forget, Champions League in your feed later today, Tom Fornelli. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For the Maestro, for M squared, for Chief, for the jeweler, who somehow keeps all of this straight. I am the coach. Let's have a good week. Let's stay positive. Pick each other up. Remember, this is the only place for your daily early edge. Good luck.